Hey YouTube, I'm back. Okay. Okay. All right, that's how I feel. Yes, I have my bonnet on. Okay, get into it. I will share the link in the description. I got this from Mahogany Dreams, okay, on Etsy. And it's been very clutch for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has a little drawstring so that you can adjust it around you. It's clutch. But yes, today I'm here. Well, for starters, I have a bonnet on because my hair is in braids right now. Some plaits. So what I plan to do is take down this braid out, get it popping with the braid out, while I share with you all some of my personal pros and cons of this lock life, this lock journey, this lock wave, okay? Because I know a lot of people have expressed that they're interested in locking their hair, but they're kind of iffy about it. They're on the fence. They don't really know how they really feel. So I'm here to at least share my experience and hopefully provide some insight, some perspective that'll help you along your journey in your decision making, okay? I'm in a good mood. Okay. All right. So I suppose we may as well get into it, shall we? First things first, let me take this bonnet off, show you what I'm talking about. Ooh, yes, braids. Yes, braids. This looks good. Yeah, I like that. So I washed my hair 2 days ago and did this little braid plait situation and let it dry completely. That's usually what I do. I'll braid it or twist it, let it rock for at least 2 days, sometimes a whole week, and then I bust it open with this braid out or twist out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right, so here's what we got. Oop. Okay. And let's get into it. To make it easier for myself, I'm going to put it up as best as I can so that I can just like go one by one. So, okay, I guess we'll start with this. First pro, having locks really allows you to retain length. You get to see how long your hair actually grows because, as you all know, with loose natural hair, you deal with a lot of shrinkage. And I know that's a major thing for a lot of people. They feel like, damn, my hair is grown for so long. In order for people to see the length, I have to like stretch it out or straighten it or do some kind of manipulation in order for people to know, hey, my hair is pretty long. With locks, the weight of it lets the length show on its own, right? And also because the ends are staying intact and you're not like clipping ends or the ends aren't breaking per se, right? You really get to see how long your hair would actually be if you left it alone. You deal with new growth, but then people deal with breakage. So whatever grew, they lose it. Like you're not able to see it. With locks, you see that joint. You get to see that joint, okay? Look at that. I don't have to be like, hey, look how long I don't have to do that. You can see it on your own. Pro. Okay, a con. And let me tell you, this is my major con. Like this is the worst thing for me. Lint is the worst. And you see, the thing about lint is it's just very silent and sneaky in the way that it just attacks your locks and you don't even know what's happening. Because with lint, it's usually as a result of your hair like rubbing against your clothes, or if you lay down, you'll get lint from stray pieces of cloth on the bed, or like being outside. Because your hair is in this lock formation is spongier, right? It's more attractive to particles and stuff. So things can like fly into your hair, and now you're dealing with lint buildup. And the thing about lint that's super annoying is you don't even realize how much you have until you really try to get inside your lock. And you see, because my hair is long enough now I can pick up a piece of my hair and like look at it and really inspect it. And look, here's a piece of lint right there. You can't really see it, but that's lint, okay? And the thing about it is I end up digging inside my lock like trying to get it out. But then when you do that, you realize how much lint really is in there. And then it turns out that that piece of lint is actually holding this piece of hair and this piece of hair together. So what has happened with me is sometimes I'll dig the lint out and then I'll realize that now I don't have enough hair to like close the lock back up, and I end up losing this piece of the lock because it's weakened, you know? Sometimes though, I'm able to like get the lint out and then I have to just twist back the ends so I let the ends relock. Or I recently got this crochet hook, so I'll just use it to like help me close my lock back up after finding the lint. But it's so annoying. It really is the worst. It really is the worst. All right, another pro. You get to see the range of your hair personality. Reason being, naturally, is because the lock journey has stages, and in each stage, your hair expresses itself differently, as well as the fact that you are going through life. So your personality is expressed through your hair, the way you style it, the way you care for it, and the way it grows. It's an extension of yourself. So literally, every few months, your hair is gonna look a little bit different, you know? The more it matures, the more you see character come through, and the more it grows and changes, the more you see the different styles that you can do with it. And you can really, really get to see what your hair is, how it grows, how it's affected by environment, all those type of things. So yes, that's a major pro. You get to see just the range of personality that your hair has accessible to itself, because you're just kind of just letting it be and letting it be itself. You know, like when you see kids and you just don't interfere, you just let them be and you get to see their personality in its truest form. Same thing with your locks. You just let it be, minimal interference, and you will get to really see it flourish and thrive and be itself, right? Onyx agrees. Okay. One common con that people experience with their locks is dryness of the lock itself or their scalp, and oftentimes itchiness in the scalp, right? Now, I know for me, the itchiness comes into play, or the dryness even comes into play, when I kind of forget to oil my scalp. Like, you really can't forget to oil. You have to make sure that you're moisturizing your hair with a spray bottle so that it can get water into it, because that's where the moisture comes from. And then oiling your scalp to seal the moisture into your scalp so that the dryness isn't so much of a problem, because you're actively doing something to handle that. But also, I personally have dry skin and dry scalp. So for me, even when I didn't have locks, that's something I still had to deal with. Anything that you've experienced in your loose, natural journey, you're going to continue to experience in your lock journey. So dryness and itchiness is a thing you've had. You will continue to have it until you find some kind of solution that works best for you. So for me, the solution that works best is spraying my hair with rose water, diluted rose water. That helps a lot, as well as having an oil blend that's specific to my needs. So for me, my oil blends need to have peppermint in there. Usually they'll have some tea tree oil in there, some lavender, some rose in there, because all of that is soothing for me and it helps to deal with the itchiness. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't completely eradicated the dry scalp issue. The only way I'm able to combat that is by oiling my scalp like every 3 days. Make sure I'm thorough with the nozzle. The oils I'm using currently are from Royal Keepers Oils. You probably have seen their Instagram, Locs World One Love. Anyway, I'll put it in the description. So I use this one. This is a rosemary oil, and or this peppermint oil. I like peppermint because I like feeling it in my scalp, because it makes me feel like it's activating, it's doing its job when I can feel the tingle, you know, I like that. So yes, I use one of these oils depending on the mood that I'm in, and I just bust it open and run the nozzle through my scalp and then massage it in, and I'm lit. So even though dryness and itchiness is a con, there is a solution, there are remedies. You just have to make the effort to figure out what you need in your situation, right? So boom. A pro is that for your locks, you can really live with minimal products. Less is actually more in this case with your locks. Reason being is the more products you use, the more likely you are to deal with buildup. And you don't want buildup in your locks because it's a nightmare to get it out. So less is more. And that's dope for people who don't want to have to spend a whole bunch of money on different products and figuring out, oh, what gel do I need and what moisturizer do I need? Like, you don't have to do all of that. Your locks thrive with water and oil. Those are like the base products that you need. And then the more you get to learn your hair, you're able to add something else that you might need. Like for me, I added rose water because I needed that extra boost of moisture. I added a specific type of oil combination because I needed something to help me with my dry scalp, right? So pro, minimal products. You don't need a brush, you don't need a comb, you don't need to be detangling, none of that. None of that. And for anyone who has had an actual natural hair journey before moving into this lock life, you know how much time and money is spent on figuring out the right products for your hair and then trying them out and testing out different ones. Now you gotta replace them because it didn't do what you needed it to do. It's just a whole lot that goes into your loose natural hair that doesn't have to be done for your locked hair, okay? So, major pro. Another con is that if you get your hair wet, of course, the roots will puff up. That's a con because if you have a fresh retwist, right, and you don't want to deal with your roots puffing up, but you still need to wet your hair because you need moisture. It hasn't really been that much of a problem for me though, because it doesn't puff up that much. It'll puff up if you're literally wet, saturating your roots with water. But if you're just doing a light little spray, it's not gonna puff up all crazy. Like, look, it's still good. It's still fine. It's not too bad. So it's a con, but it's not that bad. A pro is that your locks basically always, I'm gonna go ahead and say like 95% of the time, at least for me, they always look good, even when they don't. It's weird. It's like, you know how some people are fortunate enough to just wake up and just go like this and their hair is done? Most people, most melanated beings don't really have that experience ever. You have to do something to your hair to make it presentable and to nurture it, right? But with locks, you don't have to go hard with the styling. You can do something so simple as throwing it, like y'all saw me throw this up, and this can be a style, you know? If I was to go outside right now and be like, this is my hairstyle, I guarantee you, I'm gonna have people like, oh my gosh, your hair is so cute. So that's a major pro, because I can't tell you the amount of times when I had my loose natural hair, how frustrating it would be to like go through the whole process of, let's say I'm trying to do a braid out, right? And then I take it out and it doesn't really fluff up the way that I want it to, or I don't really know what to do with it next and all that type of stuff. With locks, you can literally just toss your hair back in a ponytail, or you can just quickly create a style. Like I can just put a rubber band here, now I have a style. You know, it's easy to come up with a quick, minimal kind of style that'll look good. It doesn't require too much mathematics. It doesn't require a lot of pre-planning as far as styling is concerned. So that's a major pro. A con that a lot of people, you know, seem to take problem with is the frizz. And let me tell you, frizz is inevitable in this lock journey. all right? And if you're someone who needs your hair to be super, super neat and in formation all the time, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna be bothered. It's gonna bother you that you deal with frizz. For me, it's not that big of a deal, especially because frizz is necessary for the locking process. It's part of it, because your hair is literally going like this to create a lock. That's what it's doing. All of these are the frizzes, the little frizzies. The frizzies come together and intertwine and create a lock. So you need that for the process. But I know that generally a lot of people don't really want to deal with the chaos of loose hair. Like, a lot of people want their hair to be slicked down and in a very clear formation. I'm not one of those people, so the frizz doesn't bother me much, right? But I'm gonna be honest and let you know that you will deal with it. However, on the flip side, as a pro, the more that your hair matures, the less you have to look. This is like frizz. There's frizz here, right? But because my hair is not in the mature phase, the frizz that used to just hang out outside of my locks have now formed itself into the lock. It's now a part of the lock. It's not a part, you know? So as far as frizz is concerned, it's not really a major issue for me, unless it's like now it's time for me to do a wash and a retwist, then I'll see some frizz around the roots, but that is also a quick fix. You don't gotta do much to fix that. A pro, I think I may have said this already kind of, but like, no detangling. You don't have to detangle. You know how much of a blessing that is? Y'all know, detangling is a real process. You gotta detangle before you wash your hair. You gotta wash your hair in a way that's still calm so that you don't tangle it up some more. And then you gotta condition and detangle. And then you wash out the conditioner and you gotta detangle again before you style. Like, detangling is so deeply knitted into the natural hair experience. And I know for a lot of people, it just is time consuming and can feel like tedious. Fortunately, with locks, you don't have to deal with that. You simply do not. Detangle where? The most you will see detangling coming into your experience is when, okay, you wash your hair and now you're ready to sit down and retwist it. You'll have to separate. So maybe some of the frizz will like join together and you'll have to like separate it. But it's not like a major process because the hair is already pre-sectioned. So you don't have to go hard with the detangling. It's really not a thing for you. Unless you're someone who's free-forming, then you'll deal with more tangles, obviously. But if you're free-forming, that isn't a problem because that's part of the free-forming experience, you know? So yeah, major pro, no detangling, none, or minimal, very minimal. Okay, con, this lock life will force you to release control. You cannot be in control of everything, and you will definitely learn that very quickly with this lock journey. Down to what people consider the ugly phase, it's really the fact that you don't have control over every aspect of how your hair looks. Because I know for me, in the baby lock stage, my hair would kind of just do stuff like this, you know, do stuff like this, do stuff like that, and I'm like, wow. Wow, that's how you feel? Wow. Okay. And also the fact that you really don't know what your hair is going to look like, you know? And it's, like I said earlier, it's constantly changing. So you have to be able to surrender to the process. You have to be able to let go of, the fuck? What the hell is that? Yeah, you have to be able to let go of your idea of what your hair is supposed to look like. You have to let go of the idea of, like I said, having control. And your locks will really teach you how to do that. Now, if you're someone who's like considered a control freak, everything has to go a certain way or else you'll deal with like major anxiety or stress about it, then this will be a con for you, definitely. But the more that you embrace the journey and you like learn to let go a little bit more and more, the more you realize that you really don't need to have control as much as you thought you did. You really don't. Life is more fun when you let go of the need to control everything about it. I'll tell you that straight up. So, although I put it as a con, it can double as a pro as well. To be honest with you. All right, so I don't have any more cons, but I still have a lot of pros left. We're just gonna keep throwing those out there. Pros, 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 okay? That's what the rest of this video is about to be, because I don't have any more cons to express about this journey, so. Next pro, which is huge, 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 is this lock journey builds your confidence. It teaches you how to love yourself even more. I'm sure a lot of you have heard, it teaches you patience. Oh fuck, they're doing the fucking construction again. Oh my God. Please stop. Yo, my neighbors be doing construction like every day for years. And I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing up there? I don't understand. See, you hear it? What are they doing? What is that? And why? All right, y'all, so I'm not going to subject you to any more of that chaos, okay, that I was going through. And so I'm just going to continue with the voiceover, okay? Okay. As I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, the confidence. These locks will teach you how to be confident, and the level of it is like unmatched because you learn how to love and accept yourself regardless of what's going on around you. Like, look at me. I'm going through it right now. However, I feel good, I look good, and I'm confident about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason that is so dope is because that's now translating into the energy that you carry. Your energy speaks for you before your words do. So when you're in a space where you've really come to peace and acceptance and true self-love and true confidence, it reflects, it comes through you, it exudes through your whole aura. Your vibe is just really huge and boisterous, like flamboyant, like the sun. It just comes through. People see you coming from a mile away because you're literally embodying your truest form, your truest essence. So that's the reason why a lot of people who you see who have locks, especially as it gets longer, is like there's something about them. You can't really describe what it is, but you feel it. That's a major pro. A major pro. Let me tell you, you need that in your life. Everyone deserves to feel that way, and you surely can if you like step into this locks journey and really embrace it and open yourself up to all that it comes with. So that leads me to my next pro, which is that through embracing these things about yourself, you get to show others what it looks like to be that thing, right? Like, keep in mind, a lot of us are dealing with our natural hair texture for the first time. We're coming from having perms or a lot of weaves happening, stuff like that. And now natural hair is a huge community that's growing and expanding. And as a result of that, many people don't really know what the hair is supposed to look like and how it's supposed to act, really, you know? So when you are embracing everything about yourself and your natural hair journey, you show others what that looks like. You're a model for them. And that is a really rewarding feeling. Like the other day, I was able to show my homegirl, shouts to Katie. She wants to lock her daughter's hair, right? Her daughter's 4. And I got to show her, like, let her playing my hair, let her see me retwisting my hair and answer any questions that she had about it. And it really helped her to understand, oh, wow, my hair can do the same thing too. So it's like, now you showing the children, okay? You showing the children. It's so dope. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. And like I said, everyone deserves to feel that power. Now, the next pro is that you get to practice commitments and discipline through your hair journey. Because in order for your hair to thrive and be its healthy, most represented self, you have to show up for it. Just like a relationship, you have to be present, you have to nurture it, you have to be attentive to it in order for it to thrive. And if you don't, your hair will show that. Practicing these skills are really essential to not only the hair journey, but the spiritual journey, the mental wellness journey. All of it is combined together, because whatever you practice with yourself, it will come through in the world and everything that you do with other people. Okay, so that's basically it for the pros and cons. So now we're going to switch gears and bust it wide open for these edges. Look at that. Swoop. Swoop. Get it, girl. Now, as you see, I'm not into the whole 1 swoop, 2 swoop, 3 swoop, 4. I'm not going to do that, okay? I like to follow the natural curve of my hairline. That's about it. So boom, get these sideburns down. Slick, slick. Okay. Nice little shout out to the ladies with the thick sideburns. I know you can relate. And I just want you to know, I see you, girl. And we got it. Get it? It's done. Look at that. My sideburns always do what they want, but you know, a little bit of tame. Next side. Get it. Following the hairline. Okay? We're not forcing nothing. Okay? We're not forcing nothing. 2020? No. We're not forcing anything over here. Just do what makes sense. Follow it. Follow it. Slick. Okay? Look at that. Get in it. Swoop. Okay, doing a little bit of adjustments. Okay, fix it up, you know. You gotta make it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it look like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Look. What? Look at her. Cute. Look at this. Okay, girls. Look, clearly feeling myself. Flip. Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh, it looks so good, y'all. Get into it. So it sounds like the construction has taken a pause. So I'm gonna quickly come back and let y'all know that locks are poppin'. Okay, they're poppin'. They're dope. There's pros, there's cons. There's more pros than cons. So, you know, do your own little evaluation based off that. But yes, this is my look for the day. Another pro is you can just lay them edges and now your hair look good. Even if you need a retwist, once some edges are laid, it's like you're covered. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. And thank y'all for watching. I hope this helped. Bye.